Thank you very much for staying with us. And the conversation this morning is about, the recent political development seen yesterday. Not just yesterday, the opposition politics being played by politicians, definitely, who ply their trade with some political parties in the past, but now they feel there is a need for them to jump ship. And many of them have found a new home haven in the African Democratic Congress, ADC. And the latest official signing of that party, although he has been there before, but officially he resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party that he said he was a member and founding father. I'm talking about the Waziri of Adamawa, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He has said it's over. And many newspapers have their headlines to say he has left again. He has resigned again for the third time. Now he has left, and everybody knows he's with the ADC right now. And Atiku Abubakar gave his reasons in the letter he signed. Letter of resignation of membership. I'm writing to formally resign my membership from the PDP with immediate effect. I would like to take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude for the opportunities I have been given by the party, serving two full times as Vice President of Nigeria, and being a presidential candidate twice has been one of the most significant chapters of my life. As a founding father of this esteemed party, it is indeed heartbreaking for me to make this decision. However, I find it necessary to part ways due to the current trajectory of the party is taken, which I believe diverges from the foundational principles we stood for. It is with a heavy heart that I resign, recognizing the irreconcilable differences that have emerged. I wish the party and the leadership all the best in the future. Sincerely, Atiku Abubakar, GCON Waziri Adamawa, VP 1999 to 2007. And that letter has been received. All right, and this is where we are right now. Joining us this morning to make sense of this decision and maybe the implication of the decision is a former Zonal Publicity Secretary of the PDP in the Southwest, Ayo Fadaka. He joins us virtually. Good morning, Mr. Fadaka. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Femi. Trust you guys are doing great.
Very well, thank you. Waziri Adamawa, many persons will say that that's the biggest fish in your party. He has officially left, citing irreconcilable differences. What a loss that will be. Do you agree?
Well, his leaving the party is not a surprise to anybody that's been following his activities in recent times. The party is already prepared, or rather, the party had been prepared for this day, and it is not strange that he has once again left the party to pursue his ambition elsewhere. It is very fundamental that we agree from the very beginning that Atiku Abubakar is propelled by his ambition to become president of the country. And we all know that in recent times, the PDP has gone through inflicted crisis by the APC using Yezon Wike. The sorry state that the PDP found itself today is again propelled by the desire of the president and his APC not to have an opposition party that can confront it.
All right, Mr. Fadaka. Okay. Yeah. Are you still with us?
I should go.
Oh, okay, please go ahead. I want you to land on that point before I come in.
Wanting to obliterate every opposition because you want to remain president or your party wants to remain in power is very, very foolhardy. It's a kind of strategy that nobody with his, with his faculties very right should prosecute at a time like this. The APC should first of all query itself that what is the opposition before it for the 2027 election? the opposition to the APC in the 2027 election is the people. The people that have been at the end of the very many unfriendly policies it has continued to implement, the people that are ravaged by poverty and penury as we speak, the people that are deprived of so many basic essentials of life, and the inflation level that continue to grow in geometric proportion every day has certainly defined that the people are the opposition to the APC. Mm-hmm. And like they say, that water must always find its level. Opposition will find a way to manifest itself against President Tinubu and his APC on election day.
All right.
That is a lesson they must begin to learn and appreciate now. The fact that they've been buying PDP governors to cross over to their party will not save them. It won't save them.
All right.
It won't save them.
All right, Mr. Fadaka. Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look at the PDP as a party at this point. Atiku Abubakar has officially resigned from the party. He was vice president from 1999 to 2007. So he's no small fish as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria. He has given his reasons, citing irreconcilable differences, and how he has to make that heartbreaking decision to leave. The question is, what is left of the PDP? You also mentioned it, rightly noted, that several governors have left your party, have defected, and more might still leave. More members, lawmakers have left the party. So at this point in time, what is really left of the PDP? Atiku is no longer in the picture. So what is left? So is the PDP left to Nyesom Wike on one hand and Seyi Makinde on the other hand? So how strong is the PDP right now? Some critics will say the PDP is officially dead at this point. What do you say to that?
Well, it is difficult for me to answer the question that you are asking me. Truly, we have taken stock of how the party stands today. And I must confess to you that it is not too much of a good story to tell. But that in itself does... Okay, before I get to that, if people like Atiku are abandoning the party today, and so many other prominent members of the party, like those governors that have gone, and even the one that is intending to go, it does not in any way obliterate the grassroots level and support that the party continues to have. I must let you know that the followership of the PDP remains latent. It can be kicked off adequately and propelled to soar to great heights again today. For now, as a politician, I know that the next convention of the PDP will define how it will move into the next election.
But the PDP is not even united, Mr. Fadaka. At this point, the PDP, what is left of the PDP, is not even united. That's the point. So it's not as if you even have one united front, even after losing so many members, governors, and now your presidential candidate for the last general elections is also gone. So what can the PDP do? Now that you're not even united, that's another factor. That's another point to factor in.
Well, if you say we are not united...
No, I'm not saying it. Mr. Fadaka, I'm not the one saying it. The facts are there.
But you just said it to me. I just heard it from your mouth.
You just heard it from me? Okay, we have...
I just heard that from you.
Mr. Fadaka, that we have a Nyesom Wike faction and a Seyi Makinde faction. You're just hearing it from me now.
Exactly what I wanted you to say.
All right.
For those of us that are PDP, we have since discounted Nyesom Wike as a member of our party.
I'm just hearing that from you. Mr. Fadaka, I'm just hearing that from you.
I've always been saying that on your radio channel and even on your TV channel. I've said that before. Nobody, no serious member of the party will count Nyesom Wike as a member of this party. He and those that are tied to his apron strings, they know that they are not members of the party and they continue to do whatever pleases them. And the only thing that has been discouraging to ordinary members of the party is that the party leadership found it difficult to dismiss these characters with ignominy from the party. So if you say on account of that we are not united, I will not agree with you. Nyesom Wike is APC, is a tool being used by Bola Tinubu to destabilize the party.
But he's still a member of your party, Mr. Fadaka. You have not expelled him.
We do not count him as a member of our party. I must let you know that in one of his media pallies, when his conscience spoke through his mouth, he did say that when, and I want to quote now, he said, when I was a member of the PDP, end of quote. So he knows in the deepest recess of his heart that he's not a member of the PDP. But because those that are using him still propel him, they still arm him to do what he's doing, the ignominious job that he's doing, he still continues to do it. Good luck to him. People like him will one day be held accountable by history, and this level of infamy will stare directly at him, and history will not have anything kind to say about him.
All right, Mr. Fadaka.
He's a comprador.
Yeah, we'll come back to the Nyesom Wike, the Seyi Makinde tendency.
But Seyi Makinde is our leader, really. If I must let you know.
Okay.
He stands in gap. He does what a party leader should do. He shoulders responsibilities for the party when there are responsibilities to be shouldered. So it is not even proper that you will place a Seyi Makinde on the same scale with the Wike. Honestly, it's not proper that you do that.
All right, so we'll come back to these tendencies later, but then staying with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, although one might want to agree to say his body has left the PDP, or his mind, he only took his body officially yesterday to, and an honorable part to say, I am done with this party, and then he cited his reasons. But now, David Mark left to the ADC. I mean, Nyesom Wike is neither here nor there. Officially, Atiku left yesterday, although he has been holding meetings with the ADC. You have lost governance to the APC. And one would say, because you talked about Wike now, to say, where does Mr. Damagum lie in all of this? Because many persons have said, even Mr. Umar Damagum, the interim, national chairman of the party, is a problem. He is somebody that cannot make a decision, and maybe he's even in cahoot with the Wike tendency of that party. So they are just holding your party by the jugular. Now, there is another big factor. That's the Reconciliation Committee headed by former Senate President, former Kwara State Governor Bukola Saraki. And he's neither here nor there. Saraki has been moving around, but nothing definite. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons why.
Moving around in what manner?
No, I mean, he has been saddled with reconciliation. That's Bukola Saraki heading that committee to put the party back at the right track, speak to different tendencies, bring them back. But so far, since Bukola Saraki has not really succeeded, and I want to ask you, do you consider Umar Damagum as one of the problems of your party?
Yes, I'm going to speak with nobody. I'm going to speak to that question right away now with no holds barred. As far as I'm concerned, Damagum is a problem in our party. This is a man that was elected at our convention as deputy national chairman of the party, Northern Zone. And the essence of his position is that if the chairman of the party, by any reason at all, leaves office, he is to hold forth for not more than 90 days as far as the party constitution is concerned. But because of unstated goals, he decided to use his privileged position to wreck the constitution of the party. He shouldn't have remained an acting chairman for more than 3 months. He and the fellow that says he's the secretary of the party, the two of them conspired to dispossess the party, to work against the interests of the party. And that is only possible because we most certainly do have a national working committee that is weak. So if that had not been the situation, it wouldn't have been possible for a Damagun to do what he's doing today. As far as I care, and as far as I know, he and Samanya may probably or are probably working cahoot with Wike, as you have said. But our party will survive.
Okay.
They could have inflicted an injury on the party for this period, but this party shall recover and survive.
Okay. I asked a question about the Bukola Saraki Reconciliation Committee. It seems nothing is working, because possibly if it's working, it might have been able to, influence somebody like Atiku Abubakar to say, stay with us. These governors, please stay back. It's quite a big fish. Bukola Saraki is no fried fish. He has been a Senate leader, Senate president. He has been governor at different times. He has been in the party for long. How come this committee under him has not yielded any result?
Femi,
yeah.
Let me underscore the fact that there is little he could do if we have governors that are not deserving of the positions they occupy on behalf of the party. Where we have governors that believe they can be purchased by anything or by any reason whatsoever, those ones shouldn't have been governors on the ticket of the party in the first instance. And we say that the problem we have is a societal problem, in the sense that we no longer for leadership. Where standards for leadership are kept and maintained, it will be out of place for just any political upstarter to pick the gubernatorial ticket of a party in a state. Because if you must be the governorship candidate of a party, it presupposes that you must have been a fan.
I think we're having some troubles with the audio. We'll try and reconnect. Mr. Fadaka, can you hear us? All right, we'll try and reconnect. So I was trying to make some point, and I was just trying to interject because he said maybe it's a societal problem. And is he trying to push this on the society? Because there is a party that have constitution, that goes through primaries, that have committees set up to choose the best man for the job. And now that the governors of the PDP are jumping ship, is putting it on the society to say it's a reflection of the society.
No, I don't think so. But well, perhaps we need to hear him again on that. We just hope we reestablish connection just to get his thoughts on that. And of course, I also take him up on his statements, the statements he made earlier that it is not proper to place Nyesom Wike and Seyi Makinde at the same level. But the truth is, as it stands today in the PDP, Nyesom Wike is still a member of the PDP, even though we know he's been working for the APC, but he's still a member of the PDP, and he has come out openly several times to dare the party to expel him, saying that he has contributed more to the success of the PDP than any other person. He took up Bode George. He blasted him, saying, "What have you done for the PDP?" Okay, we understand he's back.
Please land on your thoughts, sir.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and land on your thoughts about the Bukola Saraki committee.
Yes, I was saying that there was little he could do because with the standards of people we put in position these days is very, very suspect. If you have risen to the level of becoming the governor of a state, it means that you must have been a principled member of a political party and a leader. So if anyone who is governor decides to abandon the party, it shows that he has not kept faith with a party that gave him platform to contest. So those ones, those characters, you may say they are governors today, were not worthy of being members of the party in the first instance.
Famimi, you don't think it's because your party has failed to do its due diligence? Because you are trying to say it's a societal problem, it's a reflection of society.
Well,
those people are undeserving. You are saying, you are saying those people are undeserving of the ticket. But there is always a mechanism, there's always a process, there are always committees, many of them that are saddled with responsibility of picking the best man for the job. So it shows that the internal mechanism of your party to identify the best person for the job has failed, keep failing.
Well, I spoke to you about the standards that are now prevalent in our society. Do you know that it is possible for anybody that has money? People no longer care the kind of money politicians parade now, either illicit or legal. They no longer care. The name of the game now is money. Do you know that it is possible for you to even buy people that work in those properties? That's the standards and the process that should bring forth a credible person to occupy those positions. Our society is ill. That is why it is possible for a president to think that for him to remain as president, he has to kill all opposition parties. So we really have a trouble here.
Well, Mr. Fadaka, he's not killing them with a gun. He's not putting a gun to their heads. People are voluntarily defecting
there is a gun.
to the APC.
There is a gun.
Okay, a psychological gun. All right.
The new gun is money.
Okay.
To procure those that can be procured.
Okay. Mr. Fadaka, please hang in there. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, I will take you up on your comments. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. We're still talking about the recent developments in the nation. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has just resigned from the PDP. He officially resigned, saying he has to part ways due to irreconcilable differences and he has to move on. Before now, we know he has been working with the ADC, that's the new coalition party, and now he has officially stepped out of the PDP. And we've been speaking with Mr. Ayo Fadaka. Mr. Ayo Fadaka, I believe you're still with us. Mr. Fadaka, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you very loud and clear.
All right. Just before we went on that break, you said it wasn't proper to place Nyesom Wike and Mr. Seyi Makinde on the same level in your party. But I put it to you that today in Nigeria, as far as the PDP is concerned, Nyesom Wike is still a member of the PDP, and he has come out openly several times to dare your party to expel him from the party. He has claimed that he has contributed more than any other member of the party to make sure the PDP is still standing. He has said that openly. Your party hasn't taken any action against that. He also took up one of your party chieftains, Bode George, who said when Bode George came out to say, hey, the party made Nyesom Wike said that's not true, that he made the party in Port Harcourt. Now, if that's not the case, why hasn't the PDP made anyone in Lagos State? That the party did not make him, that he made the party strong, and he has dared you over and over again to expel him, and you have not expelled him. And now you are saying that Nyesom Wike is not a member of your party. The math don't add up. How do you mean?
Femi became governor in 2015. Before him, Sir Peter Odili was governor in Rivers State. Thereafter, Rotimi Amechi became governor in Rivers State. And thereafter, this same Nyesom Wike, can you still hear me?
Yes, absolutely. Please go ahead.
This same Nyesom Wike became governor with the support of Peter Odili and other chieftains of the party. I ask you, can it be said that a Nyesom Wike could have made a Peter Odili, who was deputy governor in the days of SDP and RUC? I think the guy does not know what he says. And I have stopped even reacting to whatever Nyesom Wike says, because it is always bereft of logical, sequential logic. He doesn't speak as if he has his faculties intact.
Mr. Fadaka, so why has your party not expelled him? He has dared you several times.
That is, I have mentioned that now. I said a Damagun Adanyan who possibly are in his pocket are irresponsible for the action.
All right. Now, we have joining us again a public affairs analyst and a politician, Mr. ISIAKA GBADAMOSI. Thank you for joining us, Mr. GBADAMOSI.
Thank you very much for having me, Femi. Good morning.
All right, thank you. And I'm sure you have been hearing and watching your fellow party man, Ayo Fadaka, and he has been laying his position on the recent development where Atiku Abubakar has officially left the party. You have the PDP yourself, and I'd like to ask you, what a loss this has been for you. Do you agree?
Well, Femi, I'm not going to be speaking here as a PDP member. I'll be speaking as a public affairs analyst and
right. Fair enough.
Somebody who is looking at issues from a very objective perspective.
Okay.
Well, I think Atiku Abubakar exiting the party is something that is to be expected. It's long coming. However, I would have expected him to have stayed in the party to fix the problem, even though I know also that he's also part of the problem. But unfortunately, he has left, and for me, that speaks to the character of a person of Atiku Abubakar. He tends to be more interested in what he's able to get from a political party rather than what he's able to put in. So, a party like PDP has been around since 1999. And a number of people have benefited from this party. And for the party at this time to be dumped by virtually everybody who is living now because they are having issues, and for them to migrate to another party is most unfortunate. But you see, for me, the problem I see here is not the PDP dying per se. Because even if the PDP does not exist anymore, the next party they are moving into we also suffer the same fate, because they are taking in the same ideology, the same mentality, the same kind of attitude they had in PDP will be taken to that party. And if that is the case, there is no way you can have a better party than what they have, something better than what they have done in the PDP. So, as it were, I wait to see how it pans out. But Atiku Abubakar has just exhibited the fact that he keeps moving continuously. He moved from the PDP to the ACN, from the ACN back to the PDP, then to the APC, and from the APC back to the PDP, and now to the ADC. So it shows that it's just a person that has been consistent in moving around.
All right, Mr. GBADAMOSI, still talking about Atiku Abubakar. Well, some political observers might say that he simply left the PDP at this point because he's not certain he would get the PDP presidential ticket, because there are people within the PDP who have the opinion that the next presidential ticket should go to someone from the South. And Atiku has his own ambition. He wants to be president, and he knows there are people who are hell-bent on not, who will not allow him to get the ticket. So don't you think that's just the basic reason? Not just being selfish. Since he can't get a ticket, he has to leave the party.
No, the PDP is riddled with a lot of crises. Besides the secretary issue, which for me is the most serious one. And any right-thinking politician who understands politics would not stay in that is having the magnitude of crisis that is talking about the issue of the secretary and the disputed issue of who is secretary and who is not. Because going to an election, it will affect a lot of things that has to do with who signs your form, who mounts the campaign, and issues of even post-election litigation. Pre- and post-election issues would be affected by this crisis. So anybody who is serious about contesting and is serious would not want to stay in the PDP because of this crisis that are all over the place. So for that reason, Atiku Abubakar might be justified for exiting. But I would expect that he also has a capacity that to fix the problem. He has the capacity to bring people together and then do a lot of horse trading in between them and then have a consensus that could be acceptable to everybody to solve the problem rather than moving on. So justifiable reason for Atiku to move, yes, there are justifiable reasons for him to move. But for me, are we building a party that will be long-lasting? No, I don't see that, because the PDP, the way it's going, might share anytime soon.
Now, before we come back to Mr. Fadaka, let's stay with you, Mr. GBADAMOSI. And, Mr. Fadaka, before you came up, said those governors that have defected and, one or two that might be planning it, there are people that are, when you look now, they are undeserving of that ticket. And they have just been taken from the party. And, maybe it's a societal issue as well, that anybody with bags of money and anything could just do anything. Now, on a program yesterday, former Senator, Osun State, Iyolo, former National Secretary of the APC, was on a program and he was addressing questions when he was told about the imminent or purported defection of Ademola Adeleke of Osun State. And he spoke on a range of things to say, if the man knows that he's popular, let him stay and contest. But then we had a guest here on, during the week, that's Mr. The former Deputy Public Secretary of the PDP at the national level now, Mr. Prince Dinodeyemi, who said, maybe many of us don't know the pressure he's in. The local government fund is one thing. The man has been choked by the federal government, and what choice does he have? If it's about the people, he can still deliver the dividends of democracy for the people anywhere. Ademola Adeleke is sacrificing, for the people of the state. And that's why maybe he's considering joining the APC. But Mr. Fadaka said anybody who has done that and who is trying to do that is not deserving of the ticket of the PDP. What is your position on that, Mr. GBADAMOSI?
I think with a lot of them, I think they are being committed with the truth. As politicians, you must understand the fact that politicians are all about how do they win the next election. And they would, and in politics, there are no permanent friends or enemies. You choose your battles and you choose time you want to fight. Adeleke of the APC, he has the APC before he was forced out. The APC, he wanted to be
We're having some difficulties with your audio, Mr. GBADAMOSI. I don't know, maybe it's network issue. Can you hear us clearly?
I can hear you. Maybe it's network. I'm not sure.
Well, you're out.
I can hear you.
It's clear.
Yeah, possibly we'll try and reconnect with you on the Zoom. But Mr. Fadaka, if you can hear me, same question. You have said anybody that has that plan to jump ship is never deserving of being called a member of the party. Talk less of getting the ticket of the party. But there are rumors that are waiting for confirmation that one of your governors, Ademola Adeleke, might be jumping ship as well. And President Odeyemi, I'm sure you know him, has said he's doing this, he's sacrificing for the good of the people. He has been financially choked and the federal might is against him. What choice does he have? And Iyolo Misho yesterday on the program said, if he's popular, let him stay in his party. What's your position on all of those dynamics?
Well, I will say that there have been examples of governors that have been choked by federal might. It did not begin yesterday. In the days of the MPN, UPN, and PRP, Balarabe Musa was governor in Kaduna State. The MPN whatever that can be done to frustrate him, to make him kowtow to their policies, but the man stood against them. He stood straight to his principles, and he stood by those principles, which eventually made the MPN to impeach him in Kaduna State then. The position of Ademola Adeleke now is a far cry to what Balarabe Musa experienced in those days. Adeleke controls the House of Assembly in Osun. Yes, it can be said that the local government funds are not being released to him for now, but even when Tinubu himself was governor in Lagos State, the local government funds were not being released to him. Did that make him to join the PDP? I think such calls, such talks is just to excuse the inexcusable.
So, Mr. Fadaka, so you see no reason why Governor Adeleke should defect to the APC?
Femi,
Yeah,
where the issue of Adeleke is concerned, let me say this now. In 2018, when he contested in 2018, I was in Osun. Then I was the Zonal Publicity Secretary of the party. We ran, I played a major role in the conduct of that election on behalf of the party. And I must let you know that there were party faithfuls that lost their lives on account of standing on by him as the governorship candidate of the party. And those of us that were in positions of responsibility for the party, we sacrificed our comforts to come to Osun to ensure that the party has a good show in that election. And of course, the party had it. It only took the magic of APC to deny him the position of governor then. Fast forward to when he contested again for the same governorship position, members of the party in Osun stood so firm, and they received support from the zone and the national level of the parties to ensure that the party wins that election, which will enable it to become governor. So he is now telling us that all the labors put in by members of the party into making him governor amounts to nothing as far as his ambition to return to office matters. Things are not done in that manner.
All right, Mr. Fadaka, it's almost a done deal that he'll be defecting to the APC. But my question to you is this, Mr. Fadaka. If Governor Ademola Adeleke finally defects to the APC, would you still support him?
Me?
Yes, would you support him?
I can support any party but the APC.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
By now you should know that in the APC, a bed of thorns is being prepared for him. I also watched Omishori on that program yesterday. If Adeleke knows that he is man enough and that his popularity is rich enough, like Omishori said in that program, let him try a lame party and let's see if he can make that work.
Oh, all right. All right. Thank you so much. But moving back to you, Mr. Gbadamosi, I believe you can hear us, Mr. Gbadamosi. Oh, I'm afraid that audio is still not very clear for the sake of our viewers. Mr. Gbadamosi, can you please speak up? Can you hear us?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, all right, Mr. Gbadamosi, I understand you can hear us, but the audio output from your side is not very clear, and our viewers might not be able to hear you when you respond. So please hang in there. We'll try to fix the problem. So coming back to you, Mr. Fadaka, you have said it that if the governor of Osun State, Governor Ademola Adeleke, is actually confident that he has the support of the people, he should stay in the PDP and not defect. And from the way you spoke, it's quite clear that majority of your party members, that's the PDP, are not in support of his defection, that if he should leave, you would not support him. Going forward, where does that leave the PDP in Osun State? Apart from the national level now, we're talking about Atiku. Where does it leave the PDP in Osun State? What do you see as the future of the
candidate of the party for the next election, the party will always have a candidate.
All right. Okay. And you will always support the candidates of the PDP, right?
Yes.
All right. Just to add, the Osun PDP has been quoted to say that wherever the governor goes, they are with him. There was a caucus party that was held at the state government house, Osun State Government House, that has the party bigwigs, Honorable Sunday BC, the leader, the caucus, the House of Assembly caucus, all of them, and they have said they are with Governor Adeleke. Wherever he goes, they will go. How about that?
Well, the Sunday BC, my good friends, all of them that are managing the party, they are my good friends. I'm not going to say much about them, but what I certainly do know is that what they call a vote of confidence in him is indeed a vote of confusion, that we take none of them anywhere. If they are still in doubt, let them go and watch Omishore's program again.
All right.
And they should review again what Akonde said about them. There is nowhere like home.
Okay. Now, back to the issue of Atiku. There are people watching, apart from just the party front, that what exactly is this ambition? Constitutionally, just like any other Nigerian, he has the right to contest as many times as possible. After all, the late president that was just buried ran 3 times and lost, and it was at the 4th time that he got it. And many persons are saying, what exactly does Atiku stand to gain or lose? If actually he emerges as the candidate of the ADC, won't that be upsetting the conventional northern presidency, southern presidency thing, now that we have a Bola Tinubu who will spend 4 years? If he's seeking re-election, then he may run again. There are other people, Peter Obi, with other tendencies. Why should Atiku Abubakar run now that he's from the northern extraction? Buhari has 8, he had 8, and he's from the north. Why can't the south have 8 from the north again? That this ambition of Atiku is always his problem. Do you agree?
Well, for me, I think we should begin to look at the possibility of having the most appropriate person to steer the ship of our state at any point in time. I do not subscribe to this north-south zoning arrangement at the expense of good governance.
But it has always been, Mr. Fadaka.
Well, in the Jonathan period, Jonathan was not allowed to do a second term, and he's from the south, and the Buhari from the north took over. So if it happens again, it won't be novel.
So the zoning thing doesn't matter to you?
I am not saying it doesn't matter. I said it must not be at the expense of good governance. Will you say Nigeria has got good governance in the past 2 years, going to 3 now? Look, I live in Lagos and Akure. I oscillate between both. Each time I want to leave Akure for Lagos, and I get to the filling station, I will buy fuel for about, I use an SUV. I will buy fuel for about 9, 10, 11,000 because my tank is never really empty, and I will have a full tank to go back home. If I want to take my car from Akure to Lagos again now, I will be spending about 110,000 naira to fill the tank if it's empty. So will you say that is life, abundant life? Will you say a government, in an administration where the value of life has been so depreciated that we still have life abundance? Look at the Naira, for instance. I used to travel to the US. Anytime I travel out of this country, when I put my card in the machine, I know how much value I still get for my Naira.
Oh, all right.
Can you say we are now in a time where the Naira exchanges for 1,500 to 600, and a pound sterling over 2,000 Naira to a pound sterling? I will say that we do not have a government.
All right.
We only have people occupying space on behalf of the nation.
All right, Mr. Fadaka. Well, just to put in, the money you spend on buying a fuel at some point could actually buy a car in Nigeria. That's just the reality. We understand Mr. GBADAMOSI is back with us. Mr. GBADAMOSI, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right. I'm sorry for the poor network connection. Now that Atiku Abubakar is no longer in the picture as far as the PDP is concerned, what do you see as the future of the PDP as a party, as an opposition party in Nigeria going forward and going into the 2027 general elections?
Well, let me start by addressing the question that to me with regards to moving and all of that. You see, I think I said something earlier. In politics, there are no permanent enemy or friends, and politicians always do a calculation of what is in their best interest rather than what party or what is the legacy of a party they belong to. Now, Adeleke, looking at the picture on the ground today, would want to maybe move to the APC because he knows that with that, he would have a federal support. He knows that with that, the APC will be a platform on which he can achieve his goal. He also knows that Aregbesola is now the acting national secretary of a major opposition party.
Sorry to cut in, Mr. GBADAMOSI.
Might be.
Mr. GBADAMOSI, yes. Sorry to cut in. I was actually asking you about the PDP at the national level. Now that Atiku is no longer in the picture, what's the position of the party now as far as the 2027 general election is concerned?
Okay, in responding to that, I would say the PDP is diminished with the exit of Atiku. That's a fact. And anybody who says anything to the contrary is not being sincere. It's not being realistic. That is one. Then two, in the forthcoming election, the PDP would have a very serious struggle. I mean, for me, they would have lost about 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 million votes as a result of the exit of Atiku, because I do know that Atiku has a very strong following across the southeast, across the north, northwest, northeast, and north central, and even southwest. So that would be a very big minus for the PDP. But how they're going to recover that back is what I want to see, because it needs a lot of work. And they also would need to put in figures, people who are recognizable, that can bring back those votes into their fold. And that I do not see among the PDP stalwarts I'm looking at right now. I hope they are able to do some magic, but with the exit of Atiku, it's going to create a very big void in the PDP in terms of votes.
All right. Now, we must go. But then, the many pressings, I will just take these questions as your party showed now, Mr. GBADAMOSI, have consistently accused the president of stifling the opposition softly. And the president on June 12 said he's not doing that. He's a Democrat and he would never do that. He promised Nigerians that he doesn't subscribe to a one-party state, and that, but then it's not his business to help the opposition put their house in order. But we keep seeing people, governors, moving towards the APC, and they keep giving so many examples why they are doing that. Just like I said, that Prince Inoyemi had to say, the delegate is being stifled, he's being choked, politically speaking. Do you still trust Mr. President to be a true Democrat?
The president is a Democrat. The president has exhibited his democratic credentials over time, and he has shown that he can do very well. People that are especially governors drifting towards the president are drifting towards him because of what he has done. One of it is the fact that he is a visionary leader. Right from his campaign, he told anybody who cares to listen that Nigeria has a revenue problem, and that is one of the fundamental issues he was going to fix. And if you remember then, most of the states and even the nation was going bankrupt as at that time.
Right.
But as of today, you can say that the states are having quite a lot of resources. Their allocation has doubled, some of them tripled. And,
Mr. Gbadamosi, sorry to cut you, Mr. Gbadamosi. Has it trickled down to the people of Nigeria, to the ordinary citizens of Nigeria?
Well, that is the issue with the governors, because the president can only do as making resources available. If resources are available, he cannot query the governors as to how they dispense it.
All right.
He cannot query them as to whether they are democrats in their state and they allow the local government to function or not.
Yeah.
Because if they are able to allow the local government to function, and then the...
All right. I think this is a convenient place for us to leave it. Mr. ISIAKA Abubakar.
States also what is needful.
All right.
We will have it trickle down to the...
Thank you. We must go now. We apologize for the itches and the glitches, the popular glitches. Thank you very much, Mr. Gbadamosi, a public affairs analyst and a politician, for your time and your take on the program today.
Thank you, Femi, for having me.
I want to thank you, Mr. Fadaka, Ayo Fadaka, former Deputy Zonal Publicity Secretary, Zonal Publicity Secretary. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time and your take. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. All
right, thank you. And these will be the size of the program today. We hope you've had a good time. We'll be back for the TGF edition tomorrow, Friday. But before that, you can have a recap of our program, this particular one and others, and other great programs from Western Spring Television on our YouTube channel at Western Spring TV. Do follow us on our social media accounts as well, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. You will, be the better for it. Femi Ojo is my name. See you tomorrow. God bless Nigeria.
And I am Emeka Daniel. Do have a wonderful day. Good morning.
Today, I feel that I apologize to our fathers like Dabadri, like Medford Okilo, that they were not wrong in forming an alliance with the North. And as young men, we will now start that same alliance now. As I am today, from today, I will walk and form alliance with the North and to crush all of the opposition. Because those who hate us, whatever we do for them does not mean anything to them. Whatever job people do to them does not mean anything to them. We go all over each other. We will take this message that it's only the Northerners that can work with the job people. We cannot work with the Yoruba people. They are betrayers to us. We risked our life, voted, did everything. This is what we get.